In the beginning of the movie we see Bill and Georgie. They both are brothers. Bill helps his little brother Georgie to make a paper sailboat. Georgie wants to go outside to sail it in the pouring rain, but Bill is too sick to join him. Georgie sails his boat down the street. He chases after it. Then his paper boat goes into the sewer. Georgie runs to try and get it. As he looks into the sewer, a pair of yellow eyes emerge. They belong to an entity called Pennywise the Dancing Clown. Pennywise playfully speaks to Georgie before offering him his boat back. Georgie reaches for it, but Pennywise bites the kid hand with his massive teeth. This creature snatches off Georgie's arm and leaves him crying for Bill before dragging him down into the sewers. After that, we meet Mike Hanlon. His grandfather Leroy is making him kill a sheep with a nail gun. But taking it as a family business, it was necessary for him to do this. It's the last day of school. All kids are happy because of the starting of summer vacation. There was a girl Beverly, who was much teased by her classmates. There was a boy called Henry, who was rigid. He always teased Bill and his friends. When Bill gets home, his father Zach scolds him because he still believes that Georgie is only missing. Zach tells him to accept that Georgie is dead. On other side, Mike goes to the butcher shop to make a delivery. Behind the door around the alley, he hears sounds like screaming and pounding. The door opens and several burnt hands start sticking out. Mike then sees Pennywise, but Henry comes there to tease Mike. He then leaves. Here a boy called Stan, he goes to his father's office in order to keep the book. He then notices that there is a painting in office that creeps him out showing a woman with a distorted face. He turns around and it manifests as the woman with a fanged smile. Stan starts panicking and he runs away. Other side, Bill is moving to the sewer line taking his friends. While Ben is at the library looking up Derry's history. He learns that children in Derry have been vanishes under mysterious circumstances for centuries. The book contains a picture of Pennywise and a missing boy. Then Ben visualizes the mysterious things happens, which are done by Pennywise. Ben observes balloon that is not visible to other peoples. He chases the balloon. Ben then goes into the basement, where he sees the headless man proceeds to attack Ben, but Ben escapes. While going home, Ben is attacked by Henry and his gang. Henry's friends hold him against the bridge railing. Henry plans to carve his name into Ben's stomach. An old couple drive by. Ben calls them for help but they do nothing. Ben notices red balloon in the car, that indicates the couple in a car is captured by Pennywise. Henry only cuts an H, before Ben kicks him and rolls over the bridge, and he jumps into the woods. They chase after Ben. Meanwhile, Bill and his friends are near the sewers as Bill has convinced his friends to help him find Georgie. At the sewer line Bill discovers the shoe of another child. Ben falls into the water near them, the boys grabs him and bring him to safety. Patrick runs into the sewers to try and get Ben. He encounters phantom and souls that make him run, but he comes across a dead end. The boys go to the pharmacy to get cotton balls and bandages for Ben, but they are short on money. Beverly is there buying tampons. She runs to the boys. After hearing their problem, Beverly pretends to flirt with the pharmacist, Mr. Keene, to distract him. She manages to distract him long enough for the boys to steal their supplies. After that, Beverly goes home to her father. His father behaves with her awkwardly as usual. Beverly used to be upset because of the behavior of his father. But now, she is too depressed. Because of depression, she cuts her hair. The boys are at the quarry ready to jump into the lake, but no one is eager to go first. Beverly shows up and jumps first. Later, Ben tells everyone what he read about in Derry's history. He says that the residents of this city have disappeared one by one. But the strangest thing is that no clue or dead body of the lost people had been found. But near the well of that city, there were the blood-stained clothes of the dead people. But the strange thing is that no one knew it, who is killing them. While Eddie is walking home, when he passes the abandoned house on Neibolt Street. While stopping there, Eddie begins to take his medicine. Same time, he heard some sounds coming from the house. While going, his medicines falls down in confusion, because of hearing that sounds. He is suddenly attacked by a disgusting and sick man. Eddie runs through the house's yard. As he reaches he sees Pennywise. Eddie runs under the fence and escapes. On the other side, Beverly is in her room with a postcard with a poem, written on it by a secret admirer. From her bathroom, Beverly hears the voices of children. She looks into the sink where the voices are. She puts measuring tape into the wash basin. She notices that tape is filled with blood and human hair, are also stuck with it, which wraps Beverly's hand. Then a large amount of blood comes out speedily, from the drain hole of sink, filling the whole lavatory. Beverly also raps with blood. Mr. Marsh comes in to see Beverly after hearing the crying sounds of her, but he cannot see the blood. He simply comments that her hair makes her look like a boy. Bill is walking around the house when he sees what looks like Georgie running around. He follows Georgie to the basement, which is flooding. Georgie steps out and invites Bill to join him, saying we all float down here. Pennywise then emerges from the water and tries to get Bill, but he runs out of the basement. The next day, Beverly shows her lavatory to her friends, calling them at her house. All kids also observe blood and air, but Beverly thinks, why did her father not able to see it? They all clean her lavatory together. They discuss that there is surely something wrong, because of some awkward occurring with them also. The kids are riding their bikes, they see Mike's bike and the Henry's gang car. They immediately leave to save the life of Mike. On the other side, Henry and his friends try to make Mike to eat raw meat, while beating him. Mike sees Pennywise at a distance, who is eating the arm of a kid. He also smiles looking at Mike. Beverly throws a rock at Henry's head, which initiates a rock-throwing war between both groups. They save Mike from Henry. As the kids walk away with Mike, those friends notices the pamphlets of the missing child. Then Ben tells them that he is again read about Derry Town. He says that in Derry Town such incident happens after every 27 years. People lost in much incident, mostly children's. They got an idea that there is someone who eats the kids catching them, as he comes after 27 years. The kids go to Bill's garage, where they look over a map of Derry through a projector. They see that the sewers are linked to the Neibolt house. The projector then starts working itself, showing pictures of Bill and Georgie with their parents, but with Pennywise's face appearing over their mother. They knock the projector over, but it keeps playing until Pennywise fully emerges from the screen and tries to get the kids. They manage to get out of the garage before he can harm them. They all decide to go to the Neibolt house to face Pennywise. Bill, Richie, and Eddie enter the house while the others stay outside as lookouts. Eddie gets separated from his friends when Pennywise finds him. He falls through the floor and lands in the kitchen, breaking his arm. Bill and Richie try to reach him through 3 doors. The first door they open reveals a headless girl. The second door traps Richie inside with a room full of clown dolls. Pennywise tries to attack Richie, but he runs out of the room. Pennywise returns his attention to Eddie, but Bill and Richie get to him before the clown eats him. Beverly then shows up to drive a spear through Pennywise's head, forcing him to retreat. Despite this, he does not stop himself from horrifying the children. He wounds Ben with his large nails. But because of all kids were there together, and Pennywise also wounded, so he leaves without harming anyone. Then Bill notices him going into the well, when he chases him. All children escapes from that house saving their lives. Bill says to his friends, that they will again go into the house with full preparation and face Pennywise bravely. Bill and Richie then get into a fight, when Richie says this whole pursuit of Georgie has nearly gotten them killed. Beverly tells them it is the plan of Pennywise, to separate all of you, because he knows that unity will make them strong to face Pennywise. But no one agrees with her, because they all were scared. On the other side, Henry notices a flying red balloon at the place of letterbox, which is the indication of the presence of Pennywise. While opening that box, he finds a knife. It was his knife which was lost in the forest while running after Ben. Henry has been totally possessed by Pennywise, after holding the knife. Pennywise compels Henry to kill his father. Henry goes to his home to kill his father because Pennywise captured him. At the Beverly's house, Beverly's dad tries to seduce her. But she flees from there, kicking her father, and then locks herself into the lavatory. But Beverly's father enters the lavatory by breaking door. She hits the sink on her father's head for her safety. He loses his conscience from getting injury. On the other side, Bill reaches Beverly's house while searching for her, where he discovers Beverly's father's body and the written message of Pennywise on the wall. The written statement is that, "You'll die if you try." Bill realizes that Beverly has been taken by Pennywise. He then goes to make amends with his friends to rescue her. After listening, they unite again to save Beverly's life. Beverly restores her senses when a few drops of blood falls on her. She finds herself in a big drain and there is a heap of garbage touching the roof. There are also flying dead bodies of so many children's. Pennywise attacks her when she tries to escape from there. He frightens her, but Beverly faces him bravely without any fear. Pennywise shows her his real dangerous look. Pennywise lied, which makes Beverly unconscious. All children go down to the well. But at last, Mike attacked by Henry. When his turn comes to go down, he tries to kill him. But Mike fights him off and manages to push him down the well, sending him to his apparent death. Going further into the well, Stan is attacked by IT as the woman from the painting. She munches on his head, but the boys scare IT away and comfort a mortified Stan. The boys find Beverly floating. They pull her down, and Ben kisses her to break her out of the trance. Bill then sees Georgie emerge from the shadows. Georgie tells Bill that he missed him and was waiting for him. Bill hugs his brother, but he knows it's not really Georgie, and he shoots him in the head. His body writhes on the ground until he turns into Pennywise. The clown tries to kill the kids, but they fight him off until he has his hold on Bill. Pennywise gives the others the option to die together, or leave him with just Bill. Bill tells them to run, but Richie is the first to fight back. The kids then start beating the crap out of Pennywise, until he is powerless, unable to hurt them, because they no longer fear him. Before Bill can strike the fatal blow to the clown's cracking skull, Pennywise retreats into the darkness. The end. If you like this movie recap, then please like and subscribe for more.